So, India is pouring a ton of money into the future of education. We're seeing all these new campuses and labs pop up. But what if? What if this focus on the physical stuff, on the buildings, is actually creating a massive blind spot? What if we're losing the real race, the one for skills and actual capabilities? Let's get into it.
You know, this whole idea is summed up perfectly by this one quote. It really frames the entire conflict we're going to unpack today. It just gets you thinking, right? What good are all these shiny new buildings if we aren't developing the brilliant minds that are supposed to be working inside them? This is a battle between two totally different kinds of investment.
And this is the central metaphor for our whole explainer. Think about it like this. On one side, you've got the hardware. You can see it, you can touch it. New IITs, new labs. These are real, tangible things. But on the other side, you've got the software. And that's the stuff that really matters. The skills, the research, the ability to get a great job. And the core argument here is that the software is being dangerously neglected.
Now, this isn't a crisis you're going to see splashed all over the headlines. No, it's kind of invisible, and it's built on two pretty dangerous delusions that are hiding in plain sight right inside our education system and our economic plans. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the first one.
Okay, so here's the first problem, and it's a real head-scratcher. Our big-name public universities, they've seen their funding go up and up, but all that money isn't really translating into better results. In fact, for a lot of them, their rankings have been sliding backwards and research output is just flat. It's like we keep pouring water into a bucket without ever checking for leaks.
And if you want to see just how serious the problem is, look at this one number, 46%. That's the faculty vacancy rate in our top institutions. Just let that sink in for a second. Almost half the teaching jobs are empty. You just can't build a world-class system when nearly half of the builders haven't even been hired yet.
All right, the second big mistake is all about our economy. For years and years, our big bet has been on attracting manufacturing with a massive, low-cost workforce. But here's the thing. We're betting on a model that automation is making obsolete, like right now. The world is moving toward what they call dark factories. Factories that are so automated they can run with the lights off because there are no people inside. We are just not ready for that shift.
And the math here is just brutal. It's really simple when you break it down. If a robot in a competing country costs less per hour than a worker here, and by the way, it can run 24/7 without a single break or mistake, our whole cheap labor advantage just disappears. It's gone. We're busy training a workforce for yesterday's economy, while our rivals are building the machines for tomorrow's.
So, if our strategy has these huge flaws, what's the alternative? Where do we look for answers? Well, this analysis suggests we can find some pretty powerful ones by looking at how our global rivals are handling this exact same challenge. And here's the key. They aren't just building things. They are strategically building talent.
And when you look at this, a really clear pattern just jumps out at you. The U.S. isn't just funding chip factories. Its Big CHIPS Act sets aside billions specifically for training the workforce, because they know a factory is useless without skilled people. Israel? They treat cyber skills as a core part of national defense. And China's Double First Class initiative is all about pouring money into universities to dominate future tech. You see the common thread? They all treat human capital, people, as critical national infrastructure.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem, and we've seen what the competition is up to. So now what? The rest of this explainer is all about the solutions. It lays out a really clear blueprint for change with 4 specific proposals designed to pivot from funding buildings to funding brains, to finally start investing in that software.
So the first idea is a big one, a national fund to secure our own digital future. This isn't just about teaching people how to use AI made somewhere else. No, this is about giving our own universities the serious computing power, the top-tier GPUs to build our own foundational AI models. It's about funding fellowships to stop the brain drain and keep our best talent right here. It's about making sure India doesn't become a digital colony in the age of AI.
Next up is a really clever idea. Why not take a policy that's been successful in manufacturing, production-linked incentives, and apply it to education? The logic is super simple. Instead of just giving a college money for existing, you reward them for results. If your graduates land high-paying jobs, you get a financial kickback. This totally shifts the focus to funding what actually matters, a real return on investment, not just how nice the campus looks.
The third proposal is all about embracing something uniquely Indian, jugaad, that incredible spirit of frugal, resourceful, get-it-done innovation. But what if we could bottle that up and industrialize it?
The idea here is to create a formal system to take these brilliant grassroots ideas and turn them into scalable, low-cost, super durable technologies that could be sold to the world. And finally, we have to tackle the silent killer of productivity: bureaucracy. Right now, our colleges spend so much of their money and their time just on compliance and paperwork. This proposal says, let's create a dedicated fund just to cover those costs. This would free up institutions to spend their money on what they're actually supposed to be spending it on: labs, libraries, actual learning. So after diagnosing the problems, looking at our rivals, and walking through these potential solutions, this entire analysis really boils down to one final urgent question. It's a question for our policymakers for sure, but really it's a choice for all of us about the kind of future we actually want to build.
And this is the provocative thought we're left with. What's the real goal of all this spending? Are we just funding a system to keep young people occupied for a few years? Or are we making a serious, strategic investment in the capabilities that India will absolutely need to win in 2047? The answer to that question? Well, it's going to define our entire future.